think I found the best Hearthstone deck in the game. I don't have any breath left after this. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I am overworking myself to the bone here. I am absolutely fatigued. I might be going a little bit insane because I believe that these numbers might be fake. What is going on with these numbers? It keeps going up every single time I look at it, except if you're a true Clark HELLSCREAM fan, you will notice that there are some of these intros where it's like, wait a minute, these sub counts aren't exactly in order. Wait a minute, he's working ahead on his videos. He's actually putting effort into this content, so that's the reason why you should sub. But we are super close to 18K, and if you want to help us reach that goal, then go ahead and hit that sub button. But let's go ahead and talk about the real reason that I am fatigued at the end of the day. It is Insanity Warlock, which I was able to reach Legend with while pretty much playing this deck by itself. Like, this has to be my favorite deck to be playing right now because it legitimately feels like Nature Shaman, but just for Warlock. So it's just like, if you are a big Nature Shaman fan, this deck is going to itch that same scratch because you have ways of being able to play for board, your decisions matter, and you have interchangeable combos which can be used in different ways, very similar to how Nature Shaman gets played. And to really prove why this deck is good, Noan's Gamer was able to go 12-2 in the Tavern Brawl with the exact same deck, running the one Sketch Artist, and Tice was also able to go 12 wins in the Heroic Tavern Brawl going with one Sketch Artist. Now, I'm already gonna go ahead and ruin this. I have another video that will be showcasing this deck coming up. So there's plenty of clips coming up ahead to where you can learn this deck. And I've got another list that I want to point out. But first, let's talk about why Sketch Artist might be a pretty decent card to include in your decks right now. Because currently, Insane Warlock might be the best Warlock deck in Standard right now. So the main reason why this deck is becoming so popular is because it counters Warrior. This deck was specifically made in order to bully Warriors, and I have the best win rate against Warrior to where I believe I've gone up against 10 Warriors, and I've only lost like to 2 or 3 of them while playing this version of the deck. So it's just like, it's very good against Warrior. It's the main reason why we're playing it, and another reason why this deck can be good against the ladder grind is because Popgar into Crescendo simply just ends Hunter. No ifs, ands, or buts. It almost completely wins the game automatically because the Hunter's going to be out of card draw and out of resources, and you're going to be back up at 30 life. The real Reno Jackson, if you will. So the power of this deck comes in from all of the fatigue cards working perfectly. But to be honest, Encroaching Insanity is the real reason why this archetype is able to be successful, because it really does help ramp up the rest of your fatigue cards. So the reason why Encroaching Insanity is so specifically important is because it can be an OTK device, but like I was saying, you can use it to ramp up your fatigue cards to where you can ramp up a Crescendo OTK. You can make a very big imp, or in some instances, if you play this on turn 3, if you immediately followed up with the Crazed Conductor, you are going to be summoning that 3/4 with 3 extra 3/3s that are just on the field, ready to go by turn 4. That is a lot of tempo that a lot of decks can't deal with, and this is one of the very legitimate ways of being able to fight for board while playing this deck. So it's not just all about the combo. There are ways of being able to push onto the board, but in the situations to where you only care about the combo, we have lots of card draw tools with cards like the Geode, for example. I can't find it. There's the Geode. We have the Thornveil Tentacle in order to specifically bully on the Hunters, the Paladins, and the Rogues. This card's actually really good against Rogue, because if you play this by like turn 2 when they play their 3/2, you just absolutely swing the game in your favor, and now the Rogue is back to having to put itself back ahead, and it's just really difficult for a lot of decks to do that right now. Comeback ability is very scarce right now, but this deck is quite literally all about comeback ability, to the point where we need to put Fizzle in the deck, so that way if we need to use the Popgar for like a lifesteal combo, we can have a second Popgar combo ready to go in order to actually kill our opponent. But like I said earlier, with this being like an interchangeable combo deck, there's like 2 different things that you would want to do with the Fizzle Snapshot, and that is getting copies of the Crescendo with the Popgar, or specifically with Encroaching Insanity, because if you get extra copies of this card, it is very good against Warrior. Warrior can do nothing against this deck outside of playing Dirty Rat to try and hit your Fizzle and trying to hit your Popgar. Like, Dirty Rat is quite literally the only card that really puts Warrior in a situation to win with this deck. Every now and again, they might be able to play for tempo, but the only way Warrior can beat you with tempo, especially Highlander Warrior, is if your draw is very poor. So you're not even really losing to the Warrior having good draw, you are losing to your draw being so terrible because you really are that favored against Warrior, and there'll be plenty of clips coming up ahead that show just how good that matchup is. But sometimes sometimes for your fizzle, you want to get the Encroaching Insanity copies, but the main reason why Sketch Artist was put into this deck was not just so we could draw the Encroaching Insanity, it was to get extra copies of it so we could really ramp up the fatigue damage. Because if you keep playing Encroaching Insanities, the more your crescendos are going to do, to where your crescendos can literally deal 10 damage. So imagine playing a 9 damage crescendo followed by a 10 damage crescendo followed by the Popgar sludges immediately. And we haven't even talked about Trog Gem Tosser, one of the best consistent combos that you can do when you have like anywhere between 7 to 10 mana crystals, is to literally play Popgar into crescendo, get rid of the entire board, and then play a Trog just so all the damage goes to face. This deck has a lot of different ways of seeing play, and I really do believe this is my favorite deck to be playing right now. So the big question becomes, what do we keep in the mulligan? And I'm gonna be honest, the mulligan is a little bit tricky. So if we look on HS Replay, we will notice that this deck does have enough data for us to look at the mulligan and the drawn played data. But the biggest thing about this deck is keeping specific cards in specific matchups. Case in point, there are some matchups to where you just want the Popgar as soon as possible, like versus Hunter, for example. If we look at the Hunter stats in particular, Popgar, okay, its win rate does go a little bit down, but usually I keep Popgar because Crescendo is the card that just automatically wins versus Hunter. So being able to keep those cards in the right situation is going to be very important to think about whenever you're mulliganing with this deck, because there are some situations to where you can go for like a Baritone Imp into coin Crazed Conductor, for example, in order to give you a bunch of tempo, but that needs to be against a deck to where you're not playing too slow to where they can just keep hitting you in the face. By the time that you play this out, you've already lost the game. So there are some situations to where you're not supposed to be focusing 100% on making minions as quickly as possible, while there are some other matchups like versus Warrior, for example, you just want to keep the draw cards. Like you want to keep your Geodes, for example. You want to keep your Sketch Artist, particularly against Warrior, because it really doesn't have that high of a kept win rate. But against Warrior, you could debatably keep this card just to try and get the Encroaching Insanity more likely in your hand. While in some other matchups, like say versus like Druid, or maybe Encroaching Insanity, not so much on this case, but like there are some matchups where keeping Encroaching Insanity can actually be the correct thing. So it's really weird to see the stats on this card kind of go up and down and then up and down, because it's about in the middle right now, and a lot of people don't really keep it in the mulligan, but there are a lot of situations to where I keep the Encroaching Insanity almost every single matchup. Now you don't want to keep this, I think, against Hunter. The Hunter matchup might be, yeah, one of the worst ones to keep it in, because you really want to try and get those lifesteal and those minions, so you just want the early game minions. So in my general opinion, the best advice that I can give you when mulliganing with this deck is just to focus on building up minions in the early turns while not committing yourself to like a turn 4, turn 3 Crazed Conductor. I would only keep Crazed Conductor if you have another fatigue card with the coin, or if you're against a slower matchup and then you also have your Encroaching Insanity. So the cards that I would keep are going to be your Baritone Imp, your Miracle Salesman almost every single game. In other matchups where you don't care about aggro running you down, you would keep the Geode. If you need a board against a specific deck, you have the Conductor. Everything else is very, very matchup dependent, to where I keep the Tentacle against Rogue and every now and again keep it against Hunter. I usually don't keep Crescendo because I don't like the idea of using a Crescendo to like clear the board. I usually want to save this for like a big combo and either wiping out a big board or using this with my Popgar for lifesteal. But every now and again, you might have to use one Crescendo to get rid of a board because you just don't have any other play. I also would not recommend keeping Fracking in your mulligan, and the main reason why is because Fracking is a fantastic card to play when you've actually got more cards in your hand, and you can meaningfully get rid of a duplicate that you don't need. If you play it on turn 1, you might get caught in an awkward situation, like case in point. If I play Fracking on turn 1 and I see Encroaching Insanity and Crescendo on the bottom, I am not happy because I legitimately want both of those cards. Now, I have to pick the Crescendo because the Crescendo is my lifesteal capability card, so it really sucks to lose the ramp card of the Encroaching Insanity, but you really got to focus on what wins the game, and the lifesteal's more times than not going to keep you alive. So knowing what cards to keep, knowing what matchup to keep them up against, I'm going to have a better guide going into the future, going into this when I look more at these stats. But that's the great thing about this deck. Decision decisions are actually important, and that's the main reason why I love this deck, is because a good player is going to be able to utilize this deck in a fantastic way. Now, it did take me a minute to finally learn this deck. When I first started with it, I went 2 and 8, so it's not an easy deck to learn, but once you figure it out, you'll start to apply mulligan tips, for example, where you'll keep certain cards against certain matchups, and you will find that this deck is very easy to win with if you know what you're doing. And don't forget, if you do enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, check out the Patreon if you want to get extra perks and content and blah, 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 blah. There's coaching involved. Check out the Patreon if you want all that information. But seriously, guys, thank you so much for making it this likely for us to hit our sub goal before the mini set comes out, because we are super close. So thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck breakdown, and we'll see you for the next video. Stop playing for 2 months and it feels impossible to catch up on cards. Exactly, man. It's like that. It's like that intentionally. Like, it rewards the people that play the game more, which makes sense, but it actively punishes those who don't play. And it doesn't give you more ways of coming back. It's a game that is only good if you play it every day. Versus like a game like Hearthstone, the longer you're away from the game, the more updates you miss. But acquiring cards is just open packs. You can't do that in Marvel Snap. There is no pack opening. And that's just, again, that drives me crazy. It's like, what do you mean there's no packs? And you're claiming it's not a gacha literally on the App Store. So it's like, I don't know, man. The game is great, but the business behind it, it makes me uncomfortable to talk about. Because I can't help but be negative about it. You know? And I think I'm legitimately might be on a blacklist for Marvel Snap. Like, I'm not even kidding. I think because of a video that I made like a year ago. I think I might be blacklisted, which would really suck to be blacklisted by Ben Brode. Alright. Playing and leveling your character gives you a chance to unlock a card at random from specific pools of cards. That's how it works, yeah. You level up and you have a chance of unlocking cards based off of a pool of cards. There's pool 1, pool 2, pool 3, pool 4, and pool 5. 5 different pools based off of different power levels of cards. Essentially, the more you play, the more you get. At first, they give you cards like crazy. They give you cards like it's nothing, just because it's trying to build up your collection. But the moment you reach like pool 3, it becomes immediately harder to get cards. Pool 1 is just a dead pool. Ah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I would miss the packs too, because if you wanted to play a deck, it's like you literally can't play a deck until you play X amount of hours. You know? Like if you want a series 5 card, sorry, there's series, not pools, but if you want a series 5 card, you either have to buy the tokens, which is really hard to do. You buy the tokens, and then when it's available in the shop, you can buy it, but you have to get lucky. There's just a lot of why is this in the game sort of mechanics. Wait, why is he playing Fizzle? This is Reno, is it? I really don't know what this guy is doing. I stopped playing Snap the moment they decided not to downgrade expected to down. Wait, what? They decided not to downgrade expected to be downgraded cards a pool lower. Oh, you mean when they didn't lower the series on Darkhawk? When that was like the card that was like meta relevant and like on top. Is this just lethal? 3, 14, 14, this goes to 5. That's 19. That is lethal. Got him. They do series drops, but sparingly now. When was the last time a series drop happened? When were the last 2 times it happened? How frequent is it? But you have to play it a lot. You have to play a lot of it, man. The nerf everyone wants. Nah, man, just make Brand 12 mana. Technically still playable, but you need audio amp and a coin. Figure it out, warrior players. You guys keep saying that Highlander warrior is so smart, right? Then prove to me that the deck is still good. After your brand is 12 mana. Change the 15 mana first. Oh, Fizzle and Artist. I mean, it's always Fizzle, but damn it. Fracking making me mad, man. Only solution for Brand is a reworker to make it 8 mana. 8 mana could maybe be doable. I played since beta and actually got all the cards. I understand the frustration, though. Well, yeah, like, how long did it take you, though? And did it also take a financial incentive? Because I played Marvel Snap for almost a year. I played it in October of 2022 and then played it for essentially a year. And then after I hit Infinite twice, I was like, this is just the experience of the game, and I'm not gonna enjoy this game late term. So that's why I stopped playing it. And also, another reason why I uninstalled Marvel, or why I stopped playing Marvel Snap, is because I didn't want to play games on my phone anymore. And then Blizzard decided to fly me out to try their mobile game. So I was playing mobile games for so long. But the big issue with mobile games is that they make me want to get on a PC and play a real game. It's a good thing Marvel Snap has a PC client, though. Wasn't Rumble supposed to release on PC soon? They've been saying that since November. I have no idea when it's coming out. That's why I'm not really excited about Rumble right now. Like, the category has less people streaming it now than it did when it was in beta. Like, it's not really it's not really giving people a reason to be excited for it, you know? That's kind of the problem right now with Rumble. It's not that the game is bad, but it's like they're not updating it and they're not making it readily available to more people. And they're also updating the content very slowly, in my opinion. Like, not enough content comes out per month. But they're making an attempt to fix that. They recently had like Blingtron, Blingtron and Darkmare events. So it's like they're trying, but they need a PC client. They got to stop pushing it back. It needs to be done ASAP. Otherwise, the health of the game is in jeopardy. It's like actually in that bad of a position. There are straight up people that will not play the game because it's not on mobile or because it's not on PC. Why they're doing that, I'm not exactly sure why. Oh my dear God, why? No! I actually need to pick a furnace fuel. I can't discard the I can't overdraw. Wow, man.
My hand is full. The hour is close at hand.
Okay. I hate the Dark Moon event. Dude, I haven't even played Rumble, so I don't even know what the event is. I bought a pack for the Venom symbiote variants, but other than that, it's just the battle passes. And that's another reason I didn't keep playing Marvel Snap, is because I didn't want to pay $10 a month every single month to have to get the cards. But honestly, it would have been a better investment for me to do that than oh God, no. Oh God, no. Oh God, no. Oh wow, he actually completely low rolled. Oh, sometimes lucky. Sometimes lucky. Are we actually winning now? We're always winning against Warrior. What do you mean? All right, doggo, do you need to go outside? Oh, you need to go outside, don't you? You're giving me the look. First Dark Moon event replaced gold and chests by Dark Moon chests, which had a bunch of wonky effects on the top of the gold. Some of the effects are basically instant win. On some of the maps, you just cannot control the gold chests early in the PvE. It's cheaper than an $80 pre-order bundles that we buy for Hearthstone, which I also seem to buy. I mean, yes, but the difference between that is that you're paying $80 to get like almost more than half the collection. So it's like you pay $80 every 4 months and you essentially get almost half the collection. Then you're done. Then you play a lot, you get more packs. And if you save up your gold, you can literally get all the cards on day one. The biggest difference between Marvel Snap and Hearthstone is that Hearthstone is immediately easier to get into. because you don't have to commit the time into it. And that's why Marvel Snap is so not good for a casual community, because they have no way of being able to actually play these. They can't play the cards. They don't have them. It's like, it may be, you know, cheaper at the end, but that's only if you've been buying the battle pass every single month. Like, there's pros and cons to both, but the cons make people not want to play the game anymore. That's the big issue, in my opinion. It's not that the game's not bad, but it's like, the only time that I see people quit Marvel Snap is because the monetization finally got to them. One battle pass can get you 2 of the series card if you play consistently. Yeah, and I do agree with that. Like, you can get the resources, but again, like, you just can't get into the game. Like, it is literally, okay, so you know how some people literally won't play like a new game unless, or they won't play like a new game unless it's like a brand new release because they want to be like really good at it or something? I feel like that's kind of plaguing Marvel Snap players at the moment. Or it's like, that's the reason why a lot of people got into Marvel Snap, and now it's just like you have to keep playing it in order to justify the purchase, you know? Like, I feel like Rarin probably explained it the best on why he stopped playing Marvel Snap for that exact reason. Okay, this isn't lethal, but god damn, that's a lot of damage. How did Marvel Snap go to shit? Wasn't another baby from Dear God Ben Brode? I'm baffled that I'm hearing bad stuff from it. Here's the thing. Marvel Snap is a great game. It's a great game, but it is plagued by terrible monetization. And most of the time, it's not the meta that makes people quit. It's not like certain cards. It's the monetization and just literally keeping up with it. Where it's like, and I hate to say it, the reason why I feel like they can get away with it is because it's Marvel. Like, they have the Marvel whales that will gladly spend the money to get these cards and to get these stuff because they want everything Marvel. So that's why I feel like it's easier for them to get away with it. Oh, we instantly draw the snapshot. Nice try, buddy. Nice try, bucko. But I've got another pop guard. Alright, there we go. Yo, Great Pirate coming in with the 18 months. Oh, sorry, dude. I was on a tangent. My guy. I apologize. At least missing my sub hurts less when you miss lethal. Fair enough. I would admit, I'd rather miss a sub than miss a lethal. So it's like, it's low. It just shows how good Ben Brode is at his job. Now, whether or not Ben Brode is the one pulling the strings, being like, yes, we need to milk these Marvel fans for everything that they're worth, I don't think it's like that at all. If anything, it's got to be like a higher up or something. Ben Brode just wants to make a good game, and that's what he did. So I will always praise Ben Brode for that. But the monetization of Marvel Snap literally makes me not want to play it. Maybe if I looked at it as an investment when I was like, you know, starting to stream it, maybe I could have justified buying it every single month. But if I wasn't making content and wasn't actively streaming it, then I was just buying it for the sake of buying it, which is why I didn't do it. Because I didn't know if Marvel Snap content was going to be in my future. And honestly, making videos about it, no. Doing streams about it, we could have done something about that. Disney has no say in Snap according to Ben Brode. Okay, that is good news. That is fantastic news. I definitely needed to hear that, because that makes me feel better about it. It's the best 5-minute match game. It really is, dude. Like, Marvel Snap is a very, very fucking good game. That's why I keep praising the game mechanics. Like locations are super simple, but they're ingenious. They're like actually genius for card games. So now the cards don't necessarily, like, the cards can be as broken as possible because the locations are what's going to keep them balanced. That's one thing I love about Marvel Snap. You can have broken cards, and the broken cards are not even going to be the thing that everyone complains about. They're going to complain about locations. They're going to complain about, oh, my powerful card got ruined by this location. It's genius. It feels weird that every Marvel and Star Wars game is a cash grab, though, if Disney has no say in it. Star Wars games have been cash grabs from the very beginning before Disney was ever involved. So there's that opinion. There's not been a good Star Wars game since Star Wars Battlefront 2. Changed my mind. Every other Star Wars game has been just a goddamn cash grab. I would hate to be a Star Wars fan right now, knowing that my wallet is actively getting fucked by so many companies. That's one reason I'm glad I'm not a Star Wars fan. I think that is not true regarding Star Wars. What are some other good Star Wars games then? Because they're always plagued by problems. Like, they're never complete games. Shit, what am I doing here? Lego Star Wars. Okay, Lego Star Wars. Is that a Star Wars game or a Lego game? Seriously asking. Oh wait, oh fuck me. Oh, I'm dumb. Oh, my smooth brain. Oh, I needed that. Oh, my smooth brain. I'm so dumb. I literally play. Oh my god, I'm a dummy. Oh, that's actually a huge fucking deal that I did that. I need fizzle now. Oh crap, dude. Help me. Help me through. Fatigue card.
The overture is upon us.
Ah! Done goofed? It's actually such a huge fucking whiff, man. That is like the biggest mistake that I've made today. Currently involved in 5 card games? God damn, man. I'm just now learning Lorcana. Jedi Fallen Order was enjoyable. Was it a complete game, though? Gotta play around 30 rat. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way because I want to reduce the hand space, but I also want to like tap into fizzle and try to get a another crescendo in here. How expensive is One Piece at the moment? I've only heard good things about One Piece in terms of like the people that love active tournament scenes. I don't know how good the game is though. Fallen Order is kind of like Uncharted in the Star Wars universe. My biggest issue with Star Wars games though is that they just always look like they're not completed though. And that's why I made that very bombastic comment. Cause I was like, it really just feels like every other Star Wars game is just riddled with bugs and it's just an incomplete mess. The gameplay, the gameplay itself is good. It's good, but it's just unfinished. Magic, Hearthstone, Snap, One Piece, and Yu-Gi-Oh! One Piece is the most really? One Piece is the most expensive? That's kind of funny. I don't know why it's funny, but it's humorous to me. I feel like the most incomplete games are post-Disney. No, oh my god, he just... Wait, he did it!
A symphony of darkness.
All right, GG, right? 3 crescendos? Literally this into encroaching into crescendo, crescendo, crescendo. This game is over, dude. This game is mega over. It's so over, it's not even funny. How to deal with frustration about being absolutely high rolled. The game is becoming really frustrating. Focus on what you can change. My biggest recommendation is that when you're being high rolled, you just need to remember that you were doing high rolling earlier. Like the warrior right now. Look at the warrior right now. This warrior was living life because he thought this was the best deck in the world. And now we know how to counter these fools. Just But yeah, the biggest thing about dealing with frustration in Hearthstone is just knowing when you've been bullshitted and knowing that you'll eventually bullshit somebody else again. Waiting for warriors to complain about nerfing Warlock? Let him cry. Let him cry so you can call him a hypocrite. That's what people do to me. All right, I am not keeping fracking for turn 1. All right, come here, doggo. I know, come here. Get up here, doggo. It's okay. I'm burning, baby.
any problem.
Most of my opponents think the best way to deal with frustration is to add me and tell me to die of cancer. Yeah. Yeah, that can happen. Unfortunately, that can happen in card games. Tempo King. I was hyped as a WoW killer. It was hyped as a WoW killer, and I tend to get overhyped, and then they just inevitably undeliver. Wait, what? Oh, Knights of the Old Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO. Again, man, it was a good game, but they undercooked it. What are you to expect when the game is clearly undercooked? This game is fucking raw. This game is raw. What are you? An idiot sandwich. That's right. Fucking undercooked video games. I can't believe these people. Where's the lamb sauce? I know many people would disagree, but is it crazy that I think that Hearthstone should last a bit longer? A single Tez can last the whole turn only for animations, let alone all the things that you can do after that. I will tell you right now, animations are there to make the game more balanced. The animations in Hearthstone are literally put into the cards so that way you can't do like a whole bunch of stuff. Like if your Tez plays like 40 spells or something like that, like you can't just immediately shadow step it, play again, and then, you know, do all that kind of stuff. I mean, you can to a degree. If the minion survives and you can shadow step it, you can double click it immediately to get past that. But you still have to wait for the animations to resolve. Okay, this is actually a horrible first boss, but I can beat this. We do have a technical way to win.
And now, the premier, harken your doom.
King.
Kind of sucks we can't duplicate this. But I don't want to commit my next turn into this playing the 3-drop because I could get destroyed by the plague. That shouldn't be a thing in such a game though, at punishing doing stuff. Wasn't Old Republic wasn't undercooked, it was just a copy of WoW like every other MMO at the time, which is something that you just don't do. Gordon Ramsay text-to-speech from Theo is honestly goated. Okay, so I've actually been contacted by a AI company. Let me know if you guys have heard of this company, Boom TV. I don't know if I should accept this, but honestly, I just don't know if I want my voice being AI. I don't know if I like that idea, in all honesty. That's like the one thing that's keeping me from like actually giving it a legit chance.
A symphony of darkness.
Also, this is working really well, dude. Maybe I should have duplicated it. Would have dealt more damage in the process. But yeah, Boom TV sent me a DM being like, we're reaching out to a few select streamers to test our newest tool. I'm not going to say what it is just in case it's
shot to the knees
new.
of a target 120 kilometers away using an Aerotech sniper rifle with a tri-light scope.
I don't understand any of that. None of those words in the order which you just said them made any sense to me. Okay, if it's good news, then hell yeah. If it's bad news, then I'm sorry you have to deal with it. Dude, take 13. He's got 7, so that's 20. How does he deal 7 if I don't just draw the plagues? I don't think it's worth it. Somehow I'm dodging the plagues like the Matrix right now. And now I can actually do like this, trade this. Just to knock out the lifesteal in the meantime. My friends have been telling me to stream and make YouTube content since I make a bunch of card game content for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Snap. Dude, I'd recommend that. The biggest issue with doing that though is that okay, so making content for one game is already difficult enough, let alone multiple games. Especially if you're trying to build up a new audience, it is very difficult to make that happen sometimes, you know what I mean? Anger 18, now you know too much. So close. Damn, it didn't kill the lifesteal? But yeah, if you were to start like a card game gaming channel, My recommendation would be like every Monday you have like a Yu-Gi-Oh video, every Tuesday you have like a Snap video, but that's already like 5 different card games, 5 videos a week. Oh god, that sounds like a nightmare. Like all the testing, all the different things that you would have to do. Okay, so this is at 8, 4, 5. Wait a minute, what? This is kind of a big deal. It's not lethal now. Damn it, dude. If this didn't give him extra life, I could have just killed him here. Twelve, 13. How does he get 5? Rag could be lethal. Was I just supposed to heal back up? It didn't feel safe. Plagues in my deck aren't killing me. Another crescendo would do it. I think I gotta do it. Don't just kill the egg. I gave him more power on the board. Okay, alright, I lost. This should be like another really easy matchup, in all honesty. I think, was I just supposed to pop Gar?
The runes inside your
Going for damage?
mark of the bitter.
Final boss, Diamond 1, yeah, 4 times despair. I can still win the game, though, if I draw the other crescendo. Other crescendo is still Omega lethal. And now I can just do this instead. So tap for the crescendo lethal, and if it's not, then we just have fizzle into pop guard, deal with this. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. No, I actually need to just play the fizzle now. Because if I tap, this could survive. So we play the fizzle now. And I don't even need to take a screenshot of it. Yeah, it's only at 8. If it was at 9, that'd be a different story. Now I don't think it's possible to lose. It's like actually impossible to lose now that we have the snapshot. We just need to draw the deck. Well, okay, hold on. Plagues could technically do that. Could kill us, but we've already gotten rid of 2 of them because of fracking. Okay, him getting that from Primus is kind of legit. Fuck, man. This actually is bringing back Primus. Primus literally brought himself back. Holy crap. He still has spell damage, too. Holy fuck. Wait a minute.
Unholy symbol of death.
We need the crescendo. We need the snapshot.
Take a good look. You ain't never seen the light again.
Good thing it doesn't have fell spells, right? Oh, that's a lot, dude. That's really a lot. Okay. Okay. Crescendo. Snapshot. Even if it's not snapshot, we still have a very healthy clear here.
A symphony of darkness.
The overture is upon us. It's a symptom of life.
The fact that he could literally just play climactic for the extra damage is so crazy and so scary. It's the final boss, man. Final boss.
Frost, mark of the bitter.
Just need the snapshot. Just need the snap. Does it stack? I mean, the spell damage is stacking because he hasn't played a spell. So actually, yeah, it is stacking. Oh, why? Okay, at least it's not climactic. Don't get a plague weapon. Debatably worse. Alright, so the order of how I draw these plagues is gonna be super important. Threads. Okay, come on. Snapshot top deck, man. Wait. The lifesteal.
Such glory.
That's legend, baby. Till the very end, dude. Till the very end. We had a chance till the very end. And I let my skill carry me to legend. Fatigue Warlock, baby. Rough start at the beginning, but we made it. Ah. Yo. Fatigue. Overworking. Like I do every day.